Hello everybody, this is Note. Today I would like to introduce you the air compressor and airbrush. Okay, starting with the compressor itself, because we are trying to paint our plastic model with our airbrush, so it's crucial for us to understand how this thing works before we even go into the paint. Alright? So the first thing is, is that you should work outside or any place that the air can go through, because we're using the solvent, which has a chemical in it. So it's probably bad for your health if you sit in a closed room or somewhere. But yeah, you can always use the exhaust fan and put a big box, or you can just like me, sitting outside, painting in your backyard or somewhere. That'll be much more easier, right? And this is the air compressor, and it's not relatively I would say it's like a medium size, because it got the air compressor itself. This is this part. And the bottom part is actually the tank, so the air pumping like this way, coming through and go right into this baby. And it's probably 2-3 layer, I forgot. But that gives you an advantage of because you will store the compressed air in this tank, and the compressor don't have to work all the time. Otherwise, if you just buy the compressor itself without the tank, you will every time you use it, you will keep pumping and pumping, and probably the lifelong of it will be a little bit shorter, because since you work so hard all the time. But if you use the tank like this, it will give you advantage of extended usage, right? And okay. And now we can see the meter right here, so you can go all the way up, and the adjuster is like this, so you can adjust whatever is going down. You see the index is going up, or you can go it the opposite way, so make it stronger or so. But yeah, either way, you don't want the air compressor would be too weak, because otherwise one thing happen is, if the compressor, the air is too thin, and you will not spray to the surface evenly, so, and you will even leave sand the color pigment or something like that. Well, you'll see if you lay too many layers on top of each other, you will also create something like that, and you might try to avoid that, because since we are using the airbrush, the advantage of this give it a pretty smooth, clean surface and even surface. So yeah, just keep your air pretty strong, and you can adjust it using the trigger. I will introduce to you later. And the next thing is pretty important. I think this is pretty important. It's the filter, because when their air compressor pumping the air, because some days like today is raining outside, so the air contain moisture, it's humid. So and when the water comes through the air tank and all the way, if you don't have the filter like this, go all the way to your airbrush and it comes through, well, the water won't blend with the color, the paint, and it will give you a watermark, that which you definitely don't want it, because it's definitely you won't. It will show after it's dry, so it will be pretty obvious. It just give you a shiny reflection, and you have to, if you have those things, you have to wash your paint off or cover it, whatever. and you have to do it all over again. So the filter is pretty good, and you will like contain the water in it, and you just press it, and the water will like this. Water will comes out. Right. Next thing we are introducing the airbrush itself. Okay, and there's like two kinds of airbrush. This is the 0.3 millimeter. It's categorized by the needle inside. Well, there's like 2.2 and 0.3, and I think 0.3 works with our purpose because we're building the Gunpla model. So you don't have to be like too detail oriented. If you're doing the garage kit like a figuring model, you may want to use a thinner one, the 0.2, because you may want to color the hair like one by one. Well, that's tedious, but yeah, you can get it to the detail like that. But for our purpose, since we are using the airbrush for like a primer coat, and even the after we color it, we use the protection coat. Well, it's just a clear coat, just for like protection, and I will explain that when we go to the coloring section. But yeah, the main thing is you have to learn how to control this. If you press it downward, you'll give you air comes out, and you pull backward, the color, because the needle is like falling behind. It's like this. And you can see more and more color comes out when you like drag it backward. So just like a two-way motion, down and back. So, well, let's wait just a little bit. Right now we're finished introducing how to like operate this thing, and all it takes is just constantly practice and practice until you're getting really good at it. But another very important thing is how to clean the thing, because you don't want to like clog the nozzle and or not cleaning the needle well. And next time if you put on some paint in it, it will mix with the original paint and you'll get a huge mess. So yeah, let's start with how to clean this thing first. First of all, you may want to like prepare a rag or towel, whatever you have, or even napkin. But yeah, I think a towel would be better. And the second thing, you will prepare a water bucket. It's pretty important. The third thing is, actually we don't have it right here, but you will get when you like going to the model painting section, is the solvent or the thinner. So yeah, I will use the Mr. Color one, and I'll show it later when it arrives. The next thing is the Q-tip. The Q-tip is pretty useful when cleaning the airbrush. The last thing, you probably won't need this, but if you want to do the complete cleaning, you probably want to use the this one, the Naper, whatever you call. This is like just taking off the nozzle right here. See, but be very careful with that, because yeah, it's very easily broken, and you like hit it or bend it, you will not like let the needle come all the way through. Alright? So the first thing first, before you even tear anything apart, you might wanna pull the needle back, because the needle, the very tip of the needle is priceless. If you like bend it or accidentally hit it when you clean it, you have to buy a whole new one. So you see the needle comes all the way back to until you cannot see it in your like putting where you put the paint in it. Okay, so this is when you start it, and dump every paint if there's left any in there. So and just dump it in the water bucket like this, and do the circular motion like a bubble, and like pour some water in it, and use your fingertip to hold the tip of it, and do the what we call the close cycle, and then dump it. Right? After this, it will be approximately clean, but you might still wanna use the Q-tip to go into whatever is left in there. Okay, and you can also always like but before you even put the Q-tip in the front part, double check you pull the needle back, otherwise you just and ruin it. You have to buy a new one. That's it. Alright, so also there's like two parts of the frontal part, so you might want to like clean this part too. Depends on how bad it was. Alright, because we're not using any paint right now, it looks like super clean, but it will get messy, believe me. Okay, so if you just doing the regular like maintain, this will be the part you would like to like you can stop right here. But if you want to do the completely clean, so you can tear this thing apart, and usually we don't do anything with the valve because this is like a very delicate stuff, and usually the paint won't go in there if you operate correctly, so we just leave it alone. Our main focus will be right here, and yes, as always, keep your workspace clean so you won't miss any parts if you like accidentally fails. Alright, so this is how we pull our needle out, and just be very careful with it. Alright, you can tear this apart. This will be like and there will be a spring in it, so you may want to be careful too, because see, this thing, if it goes and it's gone, and you won't be able to find it easy, believe me. Alright, this thing usually comes separate, but now they put them together. Alright, because usually this metal piece comes off, but now they're like joined together. Okay, that's fine. And also this trigger and the nozzle, you can use this to break it apart. Okay, this will be the overall components if you want to do the very deep clean, but usually you don't have to unless you like using it like for at least 10 different colors, I guess say. Yeah, and if you operate correctly, you don't even need to use that to tear it apart. And when you push the needle back to its place, if you feel like it's stopping, just stop. Don't force it like poking through to break the nozzle. So yeah, when you feel like it's stopped by something, just leave it alone. Alright? And always like checking if it's moving correctly. And you can also check the front to see whether the needle was stuck or something. If not, and we're good. Right? That's probably all for today's introduction to our air compressor. You'll see more like when we have the actual paint on the model, but right now we're focusing on how this thing works and how to clean it. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you.